Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Master of None here. A new expansion is usually accompanied by tons and tons of new items, systems, areas and mechanics. This means that you might miss the occasional important thing, even if it is not very hidden. In my first couple of hours I already encountered a few of these, because people were asking in map chat or things that I was wondering about myself. With the expansion still being fresh, let's get into it. Jade Runestones. Every expansion, there are usually a few items that can make you a lot of gold early on, before dropping heavily in price later. Back in Heart of Thorns, this was the case with flags, for example. I just wanted to bring your attention to these Dragon Runestones. It says that they are used in the new End of Dragons legendaries and thus sell for quite a bit of money. This is no financial advice, since these things are actually used in legendaries and I assume that they will be quite stable in price or even go up. However, if you don't plan on making a legendary anytime soon, keep an eye out on them, since this might be a good way to make some gold at the start of the expansion. I've been getting them mostly from chests around the island. In general, I advise you to check the trading post value of items that will undoubtedly flood your bags in the coming days. The market is always very volatile in the beginning and you can take advantage of that by just selling the materials now. People want to rush to craft the new legendaries and other items, or simply don't want to bother with selling things until they get a good understanding of the new content. Talking about legendaries, get your End of Dragons precursor weapon at the merchant in front of the Crystal Cave. The prerequisite for this is that you've done your Return to Living World achievements, up to tier 2. The story will lead you here early on, and just outside the cave is a merchant that on the very last tab sells you a precursor collection box for about 100 karma. You can only buy this once per account though, so just keep that in mind. Number 3. Fishing with A and D. One of the first things I did when reaching Kanta was trying out fishing. After the first couple of tries I realized that hitting the buttons on my mouse that correspond to the weapon skills was not very comfortable to do, and I immediately started searching the keybind menus if there was a possibility to change this specifically for fishing. Sadly, there wasn't any. I wrote down a note for my first impressions video and went about my business. An hour later, when I had to catch some more fish for a heart, I accidentally figured out that you can actually use A and D on your keyboard by default to move the fishing bar around. I'm so happy about this, since it makes it much more comfortable for me and gives fishing the chill vibe it deserves. To stay with the theme of fishing, next up is unlocking your skiff. To unlock your skiff, you actually have to buy an item from the Heart Vendor located in the northwest of Saitung Province. All you need are 2 writs of Saitung Province and 700 karma. There are multiple ways to get the writs. One of the easiest is probably to just do 2 hearts in the region and buy them from about 1k karma from each vendor. These reset daily and are limited to 1 a day per vendor. Alternatively, I found that they also dropped from various group events around the island. Also, don't forget to unlock your shiny skiff skin if you had pre-ordered End of Dragons. The pre-order skin has 4 dye channels, so you can match it nicely to your armor and level up your fashion game. Number 5 is for all the Revenant players out there. Skill 4 on Short Bow can now finally be cast behind you, making it so much better to use. I can't even count the number of times I cancelled this skill by accident, because I moved 2 steps forward during the casting animation. Well, not anymore. I've usually only played Condi, Renegade and Wraith, but this change makes Short Bow much more fun and less clunky to use, especially in open world, and I'm looking forward to running around with it. The last one is a bit of a bonus tip, since I'm sure it will be fixed soon. You might have noticed that the salvage all option on your salvage kit now also shows consumables as a target item. However, this is luckily just a visual bug and it won't actually salvage your expensive food away. So don't go and start salvaging everything manually. I'm currently working on an early impressions video, and by the time you are watching this, it might already be released. So I invite you to check it out if you're interested in that. As always, leaving a like really helps a small channel like mine and gets this video to more people. Subscribe for more Guild Wars 2 content or join the channel if you want to support it directly. But most importantly, Thank you for watching and hope to see you in the next one.